To Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. I'm the brother Zion, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to feed the sheep and the lambs of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I wanted to do a follow-up to my last video I did about 2 days ago. It was a live stream. If you go on the channel and click under live, you'll see it. For some reason, it wasn't showing under like just regular videos. I had to go to live stream to see it. I don't know if that's like a YouTube update or whatever, but however, I wanted to follow up because I mentioned the article, but I never typically read the article to you brothers. All right, like I said, this was sent from the brother Bashar a couple days ago in a chat, and it says micro C-hipped at work. All right, Washington state bill aims to ban employees from using dehumanizing tech. So basically what they're trying to say is, all right, micro C-hipping is dehumanizing, all right? And these are basically the lower hanging higher ups, all right? You know, but to the elite, all right, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, you know, what was his name? Dang, I forgot the guy's name. He was real close with Nick Rockefeller. He did the interview. You brothers know who I'm talking about. He was a movie director. Can't remember his name right now, but it was like a famous interview he did with the micro C-hip. All right, and he got it straight from Nick Rockefeller's mouth that they want to C-hip the entire world, okay? And ultimately, this is the prophecy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that must be fulfilled. So it doesn't matter if an individual on the lower end wants to ban a bill, okay, or call it dehumanizing. Most importantly is prophecy, and this is something that the elite want, all right? But this article basically just shows that it's definitely a thing of the near future, okay? And ChatGPT was kind of like denying it, you know? I did some research on ChatGPT, and they were basically denying it. So these devils got it set up to where, you know, certain things they're trying to deny, all right? But anyway, it says, a bill introduced in the Washington state legislature would ban employers from requiring or pressuring workers to be micro C-hipped, a practice lawmakers want to prohibit before it ever becomes an issue. All right, so they're trying to ban workers for getting it. Okay, but like I said, what does this ultimately show? It shows you that prophecy is definitely on the rise, man. Okay, now under this description, what does it say? It says micro C-hips implanted under the skin could be portrayed as a convenient way to store and access employment data and personal data. All right, and it'll look more like a grain of rice, if you will. All right. House Bill 2303 was pre-filed last week by Reps Breonna Thomas and Lisa Parsley. The bill would prohibit employers from requiring, requesting, or coercing employees to have micro C-hips implanted in their bodies as a condition of employment, and would bar the use of a subcutaneous, if I'm saying that right, tracking or identification technology for workplace management or surveillance. It aims to protect worker policy and bodily autonomy by establishing strict penalties for violations, including civil penalties starting at $10,000 and the right for aggrieved workers to sue for damages and injunction relief. So this is the Washington State Rep Breonna Thomas. All right, this woman right here. Okay, she's basically voting against it, but she does not matter, okay? At the end of the day and at the end of the deal, all of you people are going to be faced with a choice to get micro C-hipped, okay? That's going to be the new world currency. That's going to be the new way to society. That's going to be the future, okay? Because Esau Edom is going to do away with the money system, all right? And once the money system is done away with, the next big step is to go digital, is to go into their future, their NWO, okay? It says, while there's no known instance of an employer seeking such action, Thomas told GeekWire the bill is a primitive move. We are getting out ahead of the problem because the practice of requiring these chips is too dangerous to wait for it to show up in Washington, she said Thursday via email. An employee with the micro CHIP stops being an employee. They are essentially being dehumanized into a corporate equipment. Well, that's what a lot of people are getting ready to feel dehumanized once their rights are taken, once Esau fully shows his horns. Okay, people are feeling dehumanized right now by ICE being in the streets. Everybody's saying, oh, this is not America. This is not America. No, it's not America. People are feeling dehumanized, right? So there's going to be many different instances where these Babylonians and these Chaldeans, they feel dehumanized, man. All right? It says, and this is centered off the hour of temptation. Remember when one of the heads of IUIC said Apostle Tahar had all of us do videos on what was centered around the hour of temptation, and we all basically said it's the micro C-hip. All right? Well, the micro C-hip is going to be centered around the hour of temptation. Okay? There's going to be many things centered around the hour of temptation, but it's mainly that chip. Okay? It says the Carnegie Council of Ethics in International Affairs reported that internationally more than 50,000 people have elected to receive micro C-hip implants to serve their swipe keys, credit cards, and more. The organization noted that the technology is especially popular in Sweden, where C-hip implants are more widely accepted for gym access, e-tickets, on transit systems, and to store emergency contact information. So overseas, we already know that this thing is brewing up. That is basically not even brewing up, Salakia. Overseas, we know that this is there. It's telling you they use it for key swipes, credit cards, gym access, transit systems. So they're advanced over there. America, all right, you over here trying to veto a bill, you gonna be just like overseas, man. But Yahweh Shem Yahshai is saving the best for last. Okay? HB 2303 would add a new section of Chapter 4944 of the Revised Code of Washington titled Violations, Prohibited Practices. The chapter serves as a catch-all for labor regulations that define and prohibit specific unfair or illegal activities by employers, employees, and labor representatives. So they're basically saying it's unlawful to C-hip people. But it's not unlawful in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai because he's going to allow it to happen. This is his chip, and he's going to use the elite to push it. And all your favorite celebrities, they're going to be pushing that shit too, just like they push the jab, man. Workers cannot legitimately consent to a program because of the power dynamic between them and the employer, Thomas said. Implanted C-hips have no place in the work environment. Well, yes, they do. You're going to see that it does. All right? You're going to see that it does. Let's skip down here. While the Washington proposal targets simple radio frequency identification tags, a more sophisticated wave of brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, is rapidly moving toward the mainstream. Elon Musk wants to ramp up production of his Neuralink brain-computer interface chips in 2026. Right. The Most High is using him to push that. He envisions the technology helping people with neurological conditions while eventually enabling humans to interact directly with computers. And we always told you they want to merge man with machine. The company plans to make the surgical implantation a process nearly fully automated to scale the procedure. All right? So you better believe Elon is doing his thing with his Neuralink and all of that. And that's a part of their miracles. They want to say, oh, look, the blind can see, the lame can walk, or they can do this or they can do that. You just get this chip. All right? So you brothers, I wanted to read the actual article, Lord willing, you brothers understood it. I wanted to follow up with that. And like I said, just furthermore proving that this thing is here, man. Doesn't matter if somebody tries to ban the bill. It's here. All right, it's right before your eyes. All right. Shalom.